Listen, I'm going to keep this simple. All right. Come closer. Put your ears to your speaker and hear what I'm saying. It's do or die.
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work.
It is do or die. We're in week 14. Playoffs are next week. I can't believe we're this far in the ELF season. I'm excited to talk about Locker Room. Jamal Clay here, Athletes Farm Podcast. Drop a comment. Let's talk about it. All right. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole slate, the whole shenanigans, the whole whoopla of week 14. I'm going to give you some quick bits, but I'm also give you some quick thoughts. Right. So let's dive into it. Let's not waste any more time. Right. There's teams, it's do or die for a lot of teams, or a good amount of teams, but there's teams that are going to be fighting for their lives, right? All right, so let's get into some picks, and we'll talk about those games when we get there. I'll give you my thoughts. First, Surge are going to take care of the Enthroners. I'm not going to dive too much into it. Surge might not even play their backups. I do want to see John Cole crack 1,000 yards. He probably needs about 80 or 75. We'll see if that happens. Enthroners strong finish the season, coming off the win versus Berlin last week. All right, but Surge are going to win this. Next game, Munich versus Panthers. Munich's already locked in. They're just playing for seeding. I think they win this game. I think, if it gets out of hand early, they'll pull their starters, right? Just to avoid any type of injuries. Panthers going to play hard. DJ Lagway played the Vikings hard last week. If it wasn't for a couple turnovers to change the whole rhythm of the game, we'll see how it pans out. Munich's going to take care of business here. Man, this is a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one. Let me just check my notes real quick, because I want to make sure I know who I pick, because I was so back and forth on this Paris and Vienna game, right? So I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think Paris is gonna win this game. They're also playing for seeding. They're playing for something, right? They don't want to play next week. This is do or die for the Paris Musketeers. They need this game. There's going to be potential. We see the best Jalen Henderson in this game when everything's on the line, because what do you have to lose, right? I think Vienna's going to win, but I'm picking Paris to win because I want to see Paris in the playoffs. I want to see Jalen Henderson in the playoffs versus some of the top talent in the league that we're going to see, and we're gearing up for what's going to be a crazy run, all right? It's going to be interesting to see how that defense plays. Del Rio, again, now you have film on Vienna. How do you confuse things or make things interesting? Remember, they played a little sluggish against the Panthers last week, but Del Rio's, Luke, Jack, Red Company, Wake, Paris, Eiffel Tower, Jalen Henderson. You need to put everything into this game to crack a win. I'm going to take Paris to win this game. I'm not confident about it, but I'm going to take Paris to win this game, right? Hamburg versus Berlin. I'm rocking with my guy, Carlton Aiken. There's no way New Jersey's going out like that in his last game. All right, so I'm going to pick Carlton Aiken to beat the Berlin Thunder, all right? Madrid versus Frankfurt. Man, this is going to be a crazy one. All right, this is going to be a crazy one. Let me check my notes because I was back and forth on this one too, all right? I think Frankfurt's going to win. It's hard to win in Frankfurt, right? It's hard to win with Purple Hell behind you. It's hard to win with that momentum Frankfurt has. Jamison Wang, Eason, Bijan Harris, some of the top midseason signings, not only in the league, but that changed the whole dynamic of the Frankfurt Galaxy, right? And I just think they're on the mission. We saw how they played against the Surge. We saw them beat Nordic. We saw how they played against Prague. This is a team that is fighting and fighting and fighting and getting better. Madrid, it's frustrating because I want to see them in the playoffs, but they struggle to win close games. You think about Hamburg week 1. They only won by 1 point. You think about when they first played Frankfurt, right? Lost by 1 possession game. All right. When they played Helvetic, that game was over, but it was close in score. So I guess we're doing the exercise. They won that game. However, you lost against the Raiders the first time by 1 point. You lost to Munich the first time and the second time by a total of 6 points. They struggle close games. Now, I think this is going to be a shootout. I think we might see the best Reese in that Aaron Cruikshank combination. I think Justice Healy could have a good game against Toby Naylor and that linebacker crew. But I'm rocking with Frankfurt to beat Madrid, right, and eliminate them from playoff contention. All right, next we got Prague versus Helvetic. Prague can't win at home. I don't know what it is about the Prague Lions. They just struggle to win at home, but they'll take care of business versus Helvetic. Both will have a lot of questions going in the next offseason. Tune in next week because I'm going to drop an episode about the non-playoff teams and give them some advice on what to look out for or how to approach next upcoming offseason. All right. Next one, Raiders versus Cologne. Raiders to take care of business there. And then the last one, Nordic versus Rhein Fire, right? We already gone through the storylines early in the season. There's no need to reiterate those, but just know Rhein Fire are a completely different team. This is a team that's found the passing game. This is a team that has awakened Harlan Kofi. All right. This is a team, Chad Jeffries. It looks like Munich Ravens, Chad Jeffries, right? So this is going to be a different approach, right? This is going to be a different Rhein Fire team. And Nordic's in a place where they're fighting for seeding, but if Munich and Vienna win, Nordic's the 3 seed. Nordic's the 3 seed most likely. So how do you approach this game knowing that you could potentially have a chance to be playing maybe the Rhein Fire the following week in the playoffs? So we'll see how everything pans out. So does Nordic rest their guys? Do they play their guys? We'll see. It is going to be a great game. I think the Fire are going to win. I think the Fire are going to pull this off, and I didn't see this possible, but Fire make the playoffs. So those are my picks. Those are my previews, and it's going to be a great weekend to watch some college. So not some college ball, some ELF ball. So thank you all for tuning in. A quick show. Just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Tune in tomorrow. The last alumni guest picker. I'll give you a clue. The first and only American import tight end to ever play in this league. That's your guest picker. All right, Locker Room Athletes Forum Podcast. Thank you.